should be streaming, so if you just want to check, or I mean, I could check as well, but...
Yeah, I'm checking right now. I'm waiting. I don't see it yet.
I see it.
Nope. It says we're live. There we go.
Yeah. There we go. Perfect. All right. Do you mind announcing it, like giving the link or something like that? I mean, I could, but like, you know,
I can do it. Hold up.
Weird how my camera like shifts every time I change something. So, greatly appreciate that.
Alright. I put it in the Discord. Should I that'll work, right? That's all we need?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we good.
Definitely.
Now let's see if anyone shows up and we have to entertain people. Because, you know, we are so entertaining.
Yeah, we have people here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Super fan in the chat.
Hello, people. Super fan in the chat. We see you. Welcome in.
All right.
Celtic, welcome in.
Well, everyone's here. Do you just want to go ahead and get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everyone, to episode 11 of Football for Fun. I am depressed, hopefully not for much longer, the Texans fan.
And I'm delusional, forever Panthers fan.
Welcome to our episode. This is going to be a pretty chill episode. It's Tuesday night. Isaac, I have an 8 a.m. tomorrow, so it's not like I have the luxury... An 8 a.m. class tomorrow, that is, so...
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so it's not like I have the luxury to just, like, you know, record however long we want, but it's an exciting stream because both of our teams picked 1 and 2, and we knew all along what the Panthers were going to do at 1, and so the draft really started at 2. And before we go any further, you could say, I didn't technically lose a bet, we just had like some thing, I guess you could call it a bet, to where I would get certain food for certain players that got drafted. So if we drafted Anthony Richardson, which is who I wanted, I would get the best fast food chain of all time, which is Raising Cane's. If we drafted CJ Stroud, then I would get like Chick-fil A.
Cut it out.
If I drafted Will Levis, or if they drafted Will Levis, then I'd get McDonald's with mayonnaise in my coffee. Thank God that didn't happen. So here is the food. So I figure, I'll show you first. It's my half-finished shake. Can't really see it without me like spilling it, but this is like a cookies and cream shake. Fries. I've eaten a few already. One of them fell. I feel like a food reviewer or something like that. Look at that. I know you're definitely not envious. Like, you know, it's overrated, right? And I haven't even opened this yet.
Yep.
The spicy
overrated.
chicken sandwich.
Why do I feel like I'm the one who lost the bet here?
Look at that. Look at that. All right. So that's what we have going on. So let's do this. Why don't you start by talking about the Panthers' #1 overall pick and Bryce Young, while I enjoy this ever so overrated fast food.
Okay, look, if you're gonna brag about having the best food on this planet, you gotta at least mention how great it is. You can't be saying it's overrated. Like, I'm not gonna stand for that. No.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's
Thank
good.
You. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's more like it. Keep praising it. Tell us how great it is. Describe it very, very detailed. Go on.
I like. Yeah, my mom was always like, you know, don't eat with food in your mouth. Whatever.
Don't eat with food in your mouth. I don't think you meant to say that.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously not. Yeah.
Yeah, eat without food in your mouth.
No, don't chew with, or don't talk with food in your mouth. That's what.
Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Yeah.
You're
But no. Spicy chicken sandwich, very good. The flavor's good. There's always that one bite, and I just ate it, which is like, it's a little bit pointed. It's like just extra crispy. Like, that's always the best. Maybe I should have saved it for last. There's a little bit of that, like, here. You kind of see it. It's a little extra crispy.
I'm so jealous.
Okay.
I'm so jealous.
Lots of towels later. Eat through your nose. Is that even possible? I'm not sure.
We
Well,
don't need to find out.
okay, well, talk a little bit about Bryce Young.
Oh, I mean, I could go on and on about Bryce Young. I mean, he's basically the next Patrick Mahomes. I have no doubt about it. I firmly expect to be in the playoffs next season, probably win a few games as well. We might be the next underdog team to just go all the way out of nowhere because of the quarterback we drafted.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we basically have a perfect team now, so I'm absolutely thrilled that we drafted Bryce Young. I pre-ordered his jersey the day of the draft, so hopefully it'll be here at some point soon, and I can show it off on stream.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Just like you're showing off all your Chick-fil-A stuff.
Do you think that would you say that Bryce Young, because I think some people just throw it around that, like, I mean, he's clearly really good, and the main question is his height. Do you think he's...
Yeah. No, I'm not concerned.
Okay, do you think he's a generational talent, or do you just think he's, like, very good?
No, I genuinely think if he was 2 inches taller, we would talk about him the same way people talked about Trevor Lawrence coming out a couple seasons ago. Like, he's that talented to me. I think the 2-inch difference, though, him being like, what, 5'10" officially, kind of scared some people off, but
yeah.
He did just fine in college. I know the NFL is obviously very different, but I think he will manage to adjust and he'll be just fine. Not concerned about the height. I'm not concerned about his build. He's like Tua, one bad hit away from just being out for the season, and that's concerning. But you know, we can manage.
It's gonna drip if I like. Yeah, I would actually agree with that. I think the build is like way more concerning than the height, because like with the height, you can like move out of the pocket and like find your receivers that way. But like, what I worry about is like that he's gonna get a similar situation to Tua, to where. Now, I'm not even talking about by play style. I'm just saying by, like, you know, just how Tua can get, like, hit, like, destroyed, and then, like, you know, he gets, like, all these concussions. I would just worry about that. Hopefully he can bulk up and they can, like, kind of coach him that way. Sorry, just reading the chat. Very interesting chat room, for obvious reasons. I probably shouldn't buy as I'm talking.
I haven't seen anything interesting in chat.
Just talking about the sauce and, like... Do you have the chat open?
Yeah, I have it open. I'm in chat, don't worry.
Okay.
I got it covered.
Yeah. Jubilee said something like, bruh, that sauce. I don't know if that's, like, a good thing or a bad thing, because Chick-fil-A sauce...
She loves the sauce.
Oh, she loves the sauce?
Chick-fil-A sauce.
Okay, because, like...
Yeah, you're showing it off in front of everyone. Come on, man.
Chick-fil-A sauce is controversial. Like, someone... I don't remember who, but someone was saying that Chick-fil-A sauce... is basically the same thing as honey mustard. Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I got nothing about that. Like, I don't really care for either of them, personally. Like, I just get the buffalo sauce at Chick-fil-A, and that's it. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
That's fair. Yeah. The sauce is pretty good. I like Chick-fil-A sauce, and, like, if you don't, that's totally fine. Yeah. I don't know. Anything else you want to tell us about Bryce Young? Or, like, your other draft picks or anything like that?
You want me to go on and on about my favorite team's draft?
Sure. Well, I go on and on with this glorious Chick-fil-A.
So jealous.
You want a bite?
I do. I really do. But anyway, we can talk about the quarterbacks we drafted anyway, because while you got the better food here compared to me not having any food to eat on stream, we got the better quarterback without a doubt. I know CJ Stroud is pretty good. I told you I think he could be the next Joe Burrow. He could also be, you know, absolute garbage. He could be, I don't have a player to compare him to, maybe just the next Sam Darnold, which would be rather unfortunate. But we got Bryce Young, and his floor, I don't know. He hasn't got a super high floor. Even if he's a bust, I mean, he'll be better than anyone we've had over the past 8 years or so, ever since Cam Newton fell out of his prime. So I'm not concerned at quarterback. I think we got the steal of the draft in Bryce Young. For him alone, that's an A+ draft. And second round, we took a receiver. So I want to say, all the Chicago fans who talk crap about us because we gave up our top receiver, come on, you guys. Can you just shut up now? You guys are so annoying. I didn't care about the Bears previously, but now it's like, I want you guys to be terrible next season just because of all the crap you guys have done.
Yeah.
So we drafted the receiver in round 2. We signed 2 receivers in free agency. Oh, who's Bryce going to throw to? He's got weapons. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Might not be the
He has weapons. Yeah.
But we got weapons.
And I always just had, like, the stance that, like, you know, like, I agree with that 100%. Like, yes, you trade away your top receiver, but, like, you know, we've talked about it. It's not like you're trading Justin Jefferson away. I mean, what's his name? Not Brian Burns. DJ Moore. Yeah, he's very good, but he's, like, you trade him and some picks for, like, and you get your franchise quarterback, and so, like, if Bryce Young, like, has a perennial Pro Bowl season, no one's gonna care. Like, no one's gonna care about the DJ Moore factor. I agree with you on that. Yeah, that's good. Should we talk about the Texans?
My voice is too low. Can you turn me up?
I think I could. Okay, it's a little bit up. So hopefully that's better. All right.
I think Bryce is going to transition from college to NFL pretty well. Yep, I agree. The only thing wrong with him is just that he's on the smaller side as in regards to NFL players.
Wait, go Celtic. Wait,
we can fix that.
Wait, go Celtic. When was I sus? What did I just say that was sus? I genuinely don't know.
You have a sus look to you.
I can't escape it. But, like, actually, I'm worried I accidentally said something sus. Like, okay, that video when I mentioned Will Levis's muscles, that was not sus. I promise you. That's a take that Colin Cowherd has as well. That's like, you know, he's like not that fluid because of his muscles. That was not sus. And that was taken out of context, but whatever.
Right. Not sus at all. Nope. Nothing. Nothing sus. Nope. We know you secretly wanted Will Levis to go to the Texans. You can admit it.
No! I don't want to eat coffee with mayo. I didn't want to do that. It would be like that.
You totally want to do that. You totally do.
Deep down a little bit, but it has nothing to do with his muscles. Or being sus.
Right, of course not. Definitely not.
How is the sauce is good sus? Like, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm too innocent, but
that's sus. The sauce is good?
That's what Go Celtic is saying. The sauce is good is sus.
Okay, I don't get this one.
I don't get it either.
I usually understand, unfortunately, but I don't know about this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just beyond our pay grade, I guess.
Yes, so.
Coffee and mayo, yuck. Exactly. I mean...
Yeah, agreed. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
I will never understand why anyone would try that. Why would you even think of doing that? I want to know the story behind it, honestly.
Yeah, well, the thing is, for whatever reason, he's scared of milk. And I guess he wants to use mayo as a substitute to milk, which, like...
I want to know the story behind that, too.
Yeah, I'm curious about that, too. All right, well, while we have...
Tennessee's going to have fun with him.
Yeah, we're going to have fun playing him in the division. And, like, while we're at it, let's talk about the Texans. Because the draft really started at 2, unless you were among the dying breed that thought that C.J. Stroud would go 1 or believed the Reddit rumors that Will Levis was going 1. My, how that aged. But the draft...
I told you that was bogus.
Yeah, we knew. So the draft started at 2. And so the question, obviously, and I ranted about for like 15 minutes or whatnot, but it's like, do we take a defensive player? Do we take a quarterback? Do we take Will Levis? Do we take, like, defensive player, then Hendon Hooker at 12? And how that aged as well. Hendon Hooker at 12? Ew. But anyway, so, you know, y'all's pick happens, and then the commissioner comes up, the pick is in, we take CJ Stroud. Honestly, at the time, I was fine with it. Hence why I have Fil A. Okay, Chick-fil-A is good. I'm not going to say Chick-fil-A.
That makes it better.
I'm not going to say Chick-fil-A. I'm not going to say it's fine. It's actually pretty good, but, like,
it's an understatement. You gotta do better than that.
Okay. Well, anyway, so CJ Stroud I was fine with. I said before, it's good. I mean, I'll let you. Do you want to talk more so that I can like finish this?
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So anyway, yeah, where was I? So yeah, I was fine with CJ Stroud. I put tea in coffee. Okay, I'll pretend that wasn't said. So I was fine with it. Like,
interesting.
CJ Stroud, I wanted Anthony Richardson because of the upside and athleticism, or whatnot. And like, then my dad was like, "Oh, but isn't he all inaccurate?" I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. He can bust an Indy." Actually, that hadn't happened yet. And so then the Cardinals are at 3. And, they're open for business. They may just take Will Anderson. They need to rebuild. And then, to everyone's shock, it was actually not that shocking for me. And I'll actually explain it in a second. But to everyone's shock, the third pick, it wasn't like a glitch or a typo or whatnot. Houston Texans are on the clock.
Man, you should have been in the voice chat for my reaction there, because I was shocked. I thought Adam Schefter was trolling everyone.
Yeah, I thought y'all were trolling me, because I was looking at the chat, and y'all were like, Texans traded up, and I'm like, stop trolling.
Right.
So anyway, so that happened. We traded up to number 3. Yes, it costs a lot, but whatever. We're going to get, probably not the best quarterback in the draft, but we're going to get our guy, and we're going to get, hopefully, the best defensive player in the draft. Now, will Will Anderson become the best defensive player of the class? Probably not, just think about the odds, but we get our guy. We get our quarterback, and we get our, just elite pass rusher. And so, CJ Stroud goes, we trade up to 3. We basically just shook the draft by making that trade. We had picks number 2 and 3. And so, yeah, took Will Anderson. I will be completely honest, I was still buying into, like, the Tyree Wilson hype, but, like, now seeing that he fell to, I think, 9 or something like that, I'm just like, I'm content with what happened.
He fell to 7.
Oh, 7? Okay, well, still, yeah.
Yeah, close enough, I guess.
So I think how I've been feeling is, like, initially when CJ Stroud and Will Anderson went, I was, like, fine with those picks. I was like, I wasn't, like, ecstatic, but I also wasn't super disappointed. However, I think as, like, it resonated with me, I started to, like, kind of... CJ Stroud and Will Anderson started to, like, grow with me a little bit. Like, I'm starting to accept the fact that, CJ Stroud is here. Yes, Deshaun's agent and his agent are the same people, but, like, shouldn't matter as of now. We got a lot of draft assets because of the mess that they made. So, all that. He could be, like, the first Ohio State quarterback to be elite in the NFL. I mean, I don't know if that's historically true, but, like factually true.
Right,
but you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got you.
He is very accurate. He does have some mobility, and, like, apparently the game against, like, Georgia, he was, like, stellar in that game. You could probably tell us more about it than I could, but, like, apparently that was, like, a turning point for him. And yeah, I'm just overall, like, pretty good with it. I just hope that I hope that both of them are, like, obviously CJ, you hope that he doesn't bust. I'm also thinking about Will Anderson. Like, I'm just hoping he's not the next Jadeveon Clowney. Now, There's a big difference in that Will Anderson, he's a hard worker, he's a leader, and that's just not the case with Clowney. Clowney was, like, lazy, didn't really care that. He was very talented, but, like, it was just, like, eh. So, I don't know, we'll see. I mean, I would be happy if Will Anderson is, like, he doesn't have to be, like, J.J. Watt or Aaron Donald or anything like that. But if he's, like, a good pass rusher, like Hassan Reddick, say, or something like that, to where, like, he's elite, but he's not, like, necessarily Hall of Fame. Like, we end up extending him, and he's, like, a franchise cornerstone. That would be pretty freaking cool, honestly. What did I say? I was sus. Like, what did I say?
What did he say this time, you guys?
Exactly. I just go on my tangent and, like, sus.
He's just over here ranting about the Texans. What do you mean?
Yeah. I mean, it is 2023. It's like anything could be sus, but still. Come on. What did I say?
Yeah. Okay. Who said you were sus? I must
go Celtic.
Oh, go Celtic right there. Sus again.
Yeah. Daniel, that's 3. 3 what? Well...
Hard worker. How is that? Wait. That doesn't even... Dude.
No. I
You're
mean,
digging deep for that one.
you can translate like whatever, but
You
saying
can
that
manipulate words however you want.
Will
to.
Anderson is a hard worker, that's sus. Celtic is crazy, exactly.
I know what he's going for this time, and it's not. No. Stop.
Yeah.
Just stop. Stop.
You said that was 3. What was the other thing? Because, like, apparently... Wait, what was the first thing I said that was sus? I forgot.
The sauce is good.
Oh, sauce is good was sus. Will Anderson's a hard worker is sus. What else did I say that was sus? Here, I'll... while we're waiting for confirmation...
Okay, I'll stop, he says. Thank you. Thank you. This is a family-friendly stream. Even if Daniel is too innocent to not understand what you're saying.
I have an idea.
I still don't understand the first one. Sauce is good, but there's nothing sus about that one.
I guess
it's a
not.
stretch to say anything else was sus either. Like you're making it sus yourself.
True. Yeah.
All right, back to football, I suppose.
Yeah, let me just finish this milkshake real quick.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you for being so clear about what you're doing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
To find a way to make it sus. But anyway, so...
Yeah, I like what the Texans did at quarterback. I told you I thought they should draft Stroud. I wouldn't have gone for Richardson or, of course, Levis. I'm not sold on the trade for Anderson yet because you're giving up your first-round pick next year, and I still think if you sit at 12, and we know now Lucas Van Ness would have been available there, I think you just take Lucas Van Ness at that pick. And I like that better. I like drafting Van Ness at 12, and then next year you have a top 10 pick most likely. Not to say that y'all are going to be that bad, but I mean, realistically, probably going to be a high pick. Instead, that's going to Arizona now. I saw a mock draft earlier, actually, way too early mock draft that had the Texans pick being the first overall pick, and then the Cardinals had the second pick. I don't think that happens, but I'm just saying, like, that could be something like that could happen where you could have ended up with a premier pick.
Did this,
you could draft a
sorry to cut you off. Did this mock draft happen after this draft that just happened?
Yeah, it happened after.
Because
it was like today.
We actually don't have our own pick. We have Cleveland's pick. The pick we traded is our pick. So if they did their homework, then they're predicting that the Cleveland Browns have the worst record in the league, which I would be for. Deshaun can die in Cleveland,
I'm cool with that.
No, I get what you're saying.
Do their homework.
Yeah, probably
not.
Do their
homework, it said the Texans, the pick you traded to the Cardinals would be the top pick. So
yeah, unless I'm mistaken. No, but I saw multiple times that we traded our pick and it wasn't the Browns pick. So yeah, I think really I think what it came down to is like draft grades. Like, if you have like if D'Amico has Will Anderson and like Lucas Van Ness, or like who else would have fallen? Like I don't know who else was available at 12, but like if you have them like graded similarly, then I could understand that. But I think it's pretty clear that D'Amico Ryans or the Texans, we really loved Will Anderson, and like whether that's like the correct judgment or not, that remains to be seen. But that's kind of the case, and then. See, I actually, at first, yes, I was skeptical. We do trade a 1 next year and, like, other draft assets. We trade our first second-round pick that draft, which was basically, it's almost like a late first round, pretty much. So, like, we did trade a lot to get up there. However, I think, because, like, one of my favorite football podcasters, he made a good point, which is that it's not even that we traded, all this draft capital to get Will Anderson. We traded the draft capital to get the package of C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson. Because if you think about it, if we draft C.J. Stroud and just sit, then we're not going to get Will Anderson. I mean, he's going to be gone, probably at 4 or 5, whatever. I mean, he's going to be gone. But if we draft Will Anderson, then there's no guarantee that we get C.J. Stroud. Unless he, like, falls, like, like the media was telling us. But, like, I think, like... Yes, I think some team clearly just wanted CJ Stroud to fall, which is why, like, all this crap came out about him, and, like, we were like, nope, he's here at 2, we're gonna take him, and so, I guess it really just, really like anything with the draft, it just remains to be seen. Like, you could say that, like, the Detroit Lions were stupid for drafting a running back at, was it 14 or something like that? But, like,
yeah, pick
really,
12 and then a linebacker at 18.
Yeah, but if, like, Jahmyr Gibbs becomes a Hall of Famer, then we're going to be like, heck yeah, that was a great pick. And so,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I'm fine with it. And, like, I think the good thing is we still have a first-round pick next year. And so, like, it's not like it's going to be, like, because for many years we didn't have a first-round pick because of the Laramie Tunsil trade. And so, like, there'd be these drafts, and it's like, we're not picking, and we're bad. So it's just extra sucky. But next year we have a draft pick. Now, hopefully it's not, God forbid, it's in the 30s. Hopefully it's not, like, that high. That would mean Cleveland Browns are going to the Super Bowl. I guess 30 would be, like, AFC Championship. But no, because now we just have to, like, root against them and root against them hard, which I'm already doing. Deshaun, he doesn't, like,
I think pretty much everyone outside of Cleveland is rooting against them. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, why would you root for Deshaun? Like, maybe if you like other players on the Browns, I could see that, but no one.
I'm a big Nick Chubb fan. I'm not even gonna lie, just because that's my Georgia guy. Mm-hmm. But I can't root for the Browns after they traded for Watson. That's just how it is.
Yeah. I didn't know, and not to, like, go too deep into the draft, but, like, Browns drafted this DTR guy who I was hearing a lot about. I don't know, is that anything or not really? He's just a backup.
He's just going to be the backup to Deshaun.
I got you.
He's got some potential, but there's a reason he went in the 5th round, so.
Yeah, I was hearing a lot about him before the draft, so.
Yeah, sleeper candidate. I don't know. He wasn't as good as Stetson Bennett, who's going to be a future star for the LA Rams, so.
Yeah. We found out where Stetson Bennett is going. Your, hero is going. LA Rams. What do you think of that? What do you think of that fit?
Oh, I think the Rams are probably going to be garbage next year, like, again. And probably Stetson will get a chance to start at some point in the season, whether it's because of their terrible record or because Matthew Stafford goes down with an injury. I think he will get a chance to start, and I think he will be fantastic, and I think he'll be the long-term starter beyond 2024.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep. No bias.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? You think he's going to be amazing too, right? Right?
We'll see. Yeah. I mean, if he's a Hall of Famer and wins Super Bowls, then, I'm here for it. Alrighty.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, so, like, beyond Bryce Young, were there any other, like, Panthers draft picks that you were, like, intrigued about or, like, just, I don't know, in general?
I'm loving our 2nd round pick, Jonathan Mingo. I know I mentioned briefly earlier we drafted a receiver, and I didn't know much about him at the start of the draft process. I saw his name kind of popping up over the past 2 weeks leading up to the draft, and I was like, Wait a second, let me watch some of his highlights. Let me check this guy out. And I think he might actually be, like, number 2 or 3 best receiver in this draft class. I still think Jackson Smith-Njigba is easily the best receiver in this draft class. But Jonathan Mingo, like, he's just like A.J. Brown was for Ole Miss. He's that same kind of build, that same kind of player. So I fully expect him to be a fantastic receiver in Carolina, just about the little that I know. And, of course, the bias is also helping me say that, so that's also a factor.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with that pick. I don't think I was really that happy with any of our other selections.
Yeah.
I was drafting a safety, and that was an interesting pick. But we also traded up for some linebacker who was projected to go in the 5th or 6th round, and we picked him at the 80th overall pick. We traded up for him.
Interesting.
So I was quite unhappy with that.
Yeah. I mean, if you trade up for a player that, like, even if it doesn't seem like a significant pick, like, it always like indicates some urgency to get them. Like, I'm not comparing the situations, it's obviously different, but, like, remember when Jordan Love was drafted? He wasn't just drafted, he was traded up for.
Yeah, the Packers traded up for him.
Yeah, so that's just, like, interesting. And then now he's gonna
supposedly this guy is like a scheme fit for us, and we just had to make sure we got him because our defensive coordinator wanted him. That's the only reason I don't completely hate that we got him.
And y'all have Steve Wilkes is your defensive coordinator. Is that right?
Oh no, we let him go.
Oh, I got that mixed up.
The Broncos defensive coordinator
okay.
last season, Ejiro Evero.
Okay, I get to see. And Steve Wilkes is in San Francisco, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, he is.
Because D'Amico is here.
Exactly.
All right. I'm getting some Buck Simp requests. I don't know if that's in the cards for today, but we'll see.
Yeah, the Bucks are kind of terrible, so you shouldn't be simping for them.
This is mainly about like the Texans and Panthers, and then when we do our other episode over the weekend, then we'll probably talk more about the draft and like post-draft thoughts and things like that. This is almost
the Bucks did terrible, by the way. That's my take on it. Like, actually, they had a terrible draft.
Did they draft Elijah Cansey?
They did.
The next Aaron Donald.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be good.
Midfield is still their quarterback.
He's gonna be good for the Bucks. He should be the next Vita Vea.
Anyway,
just compliment Evans. He's a pretty good receiver. He's Hall of Fame level, I think. Yeah, pretty good. Super Bowl ring. Okay. See, as far as the other Texans picks go, honestly, I didn't really pay attention that much to like the players. I mean, you know, when we made that trade with Arizona, we lost some of our other picks, including like I think it was the 33rd overall that we had, and we lost. You know, we got a center. We got some like we have like holes all over the place. But the main story outside of like our first two picks was us drafting, and I should know, I don't remember, I think it was the 3rd or 4th round when we drafted Tank Dell, who is
there you go.
A receiver out of Houston. Exactly. And so
yeah, that was a good pick. I loved that pick for you guys.
Yeah, that was a pretty good pick. From my understanding, he's like very quick and twitchy, and like also he could be like a return specialist, so that's good. And yeah, he'll probably start in Houston given how depleted we are, but I think
the only knock on him was his size, funny enough. He's like, I think he's shorter and doesn't weigh too much. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, I know. NFL GMs should never draft players if they're too small, right?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. That would never work out. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I'm actually like a bit intrigued about the our receiver room, because like we'll have, you know, Robert Woods, we'll have Nico Collins, who's kind of a veteran around here. We'll have Tank Dell, and we also have John Mechie, who's basically, for all intents and purposes,
are forgetting about him, but he came back to practice, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He had cancer the year before, so he just skipped the whole football year. So for all intents and purposes, he's basically a rookie. And so, I mean, now the odds of this happening aren't great, but if both Tank Dell and like John Mechie are good for us, you know, we have an offense. Now if they both bust, then like, you know, if they're both Jalen Reagor, then, you know, but, and we also have Dalton Schultz for a year, so.
Yeah, your receiver room is like almost identical to Carolina's. Like we got the aging vet, Adam Thielen, you got Woods, and you got a rookie receiver, we got a rookie receiver, you got a receiver who's basically a rookie. We have that in Terrace Marshall. He's going on to year 3, but Matt Rule kind of sabotaged his first 2 seasons, so. Seeing a lot of parallels here in the receiver rooms.
Yeah, Matt Rule, cancer.
Literally, though. That's not even an overstatement. He was that awful here.
Right.
I don't normally go around calling people absolute morons, but he was an absolute moron.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, it's weird, because he was at Baylor. I loved him at Baylor. He's just not fit for the NFL,
I loved him at Baylor, too. I was excited when we hired him.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, because it's weird, because, like, I imagine Bill O'Brien's going to be a good offensive coordinator in New England. Like, he may resurrect Mac Jones, I don't know, but, like, and even as a coach, he was fine, but he was just a moron as a GM. Like,
yep.
Ugh.
Yep.
Speaking of which, wasn't there, like, a clip that, like, Hopkins might just be staying in Arizona? I think he posted something.
Yeah, he was... something about like who's actually asking or saying that I want to leave Arizona. Yeah. When did I say that? Stuff like that. I don't buy that.
You still think he's going to be traded?
Why would you want to stay in Arizona? Nobody wants to be in Arizona. Everybody's trying to get out.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably just did it for like good publicity or something like that. But yeah, he should
Yeah, absolutely.
want to trade. I would agree with that. And hopefully he does get traded. Yeah,
The Chiefs.
I guess. Yeah, that would be a fit. That'd be a good fit.
Chiefs or Bills? It's got to be one of those two.
Right. New England. Yeah. So, anyway, I guess that sums it up. I mean, we do have some people still in the chat. So if y'all have any questions about like your teams and like their picks or whatnot, feel free to chime in.
Yeah, I'm ready to judge how everybody did in the draft. There aren't many teams that I thought really did terrible, like the Lions. And the Lions drafting Gibbs at 12 was like I was shocked.
That was surprising.
Like, even more shocked than I was about the Texans trading up for Will Anderson. I saw Jahmyr Gibbs. I thought that was a joke. Like, it's pick 12. He's probably there in the second round. Supposedly, the GM was texted that Gibbs wouldn't be there at pick 18, so they had to get him at 12. I don't know about that, but
I don't know. I mean, I guess they just thought really highly of Gibbs, but like, you can get like Isaiah Pacheco and Dameon Pierce just later in the draft. Like, I don't know why you
just signed David Montgomery in free agency, and you had Swift, who you were misusing on the roster.
Right.
It makes more sense now that they traded him, but
yeah,
it just so
didn't
weird.
make sense. Yeah, no, yeah. Even Atlanta drafting Bijan was surprising, although it seemed like it was a pre-draft.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Just because they drafted a 1,000-yard rusher late in the draft last season.
Right. Wait, who did they draft?
Tyler Eligier. Or I don't know how to say his last name.
Yeah, he was 1,000 yards.
Fix your hair, Daniel.
What? Oh, it's been fixed. Yeah. Earlier there was like a little thing pointing out, but like it was. Yeah, he was 1,000 yards. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he broke 1,000 yards last season. He became a starter as the season went on, and he was really good. Give our whole draft a grade. I mean, you got an A+ from me. I like all of your picks. You addressed all your needs. It was pretty much a perfect draft.
Wait, which team was this? Who?
Steelers. They traded up for Broderick Jones, and they fixed the offensive line for the foreseeable future. If you believe in Broderick Jones, that is, and obviously I do, because Georgia guy.
Last remaining. And then it's fries. Getting cold.
Thank you for that. Yo, I can't believe the Steelers had Joey Porter Jr. fall to them in the second round. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. It was scripted. It's got to be scripted.
That was surprising, yeah, because like all the mocks had him going at 17 or whenever they picked, just there, but like they didn't draft him, and then like they did later, just not in the first round. That's pretty. I wonder if you're Joey Porter, like how you feel, because you fell out of the first round, but you did get to go to your hometown team, and so like
I mean, I wouldn't be complaining. And, it was pick 32. That's essentially the first round, even though it'll be categorized as a second round. You're still a top 32 pick.
Yeah, now, should Will Levis be complaining?
No. He's lucky he even went in the second round. I would have had him fall further than that. Stetson Bennett is better than him, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah, Will Levis. As I say in our Discord, he's going to win Super Bowls. Even though he's in Tennessee, I still believe he's going to be great. And, like, it's like...
Just because I said he'd be terrible?
It's the Aaron Rodgers fall on steroids, if you really think about it.
Yeah, except Levis deserved to fall.
Okay. He was also projected to be, like, a number 2 or 4 overall pick.
Okay, but that was silly. I never bought into that. Like, no. Just, no. Even in my first mock draft, I had him falling all the way to 16. And I had the Commanders take him just because they have no quarterback. But apparently, they genuinely believe in Sam Howell. So, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Have you seen all those memes after the Titans drafted Levis? Because they have Malik Willis, they have Ryan Tannehill. The memes have been legendary about it.
Yeah. A lot of memes about that. I've also seen a lot of memes about, like... because there's that picture of him and his girlfriend, and his girlfriend looks like she doesn't want to be there. Like, seen that as well.
And the ones where the Rams are like, hey, we're calling you. We're drafting your girlfriend. Yeah, that was great. They should have done that for real. Would have been great.
Yeah,
Nobody drafts Levis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, that was interesting.
I still can't believe someone chose a kicker in the 4th round.
Oh, the
That was
Niners did that, right?
49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they needed one, but like, you can get a kicker later in the draft.
Yeah, and like, I mean, if he just is not good in training camp, it's just a complete wasted pick. Because like,
That would be kind of funny.
wasn't like Robert Aguayo like drafted very high and then just didn't even last a year on the Bucks or something like that?
That dude from Florida State, right?
I guess.
I'm pretty sure I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he had it rough.
How's it going, Devon?
Kicker
Good to
that
have
guy.
you back. Yeah, it was round 3. Yeah, I don't know, pretty crazy.
Oh yeah. It was at the very end of round 3 with one of their extra picks.
Right.
That's right.
I got you.
Most of their picks were weird. I did not like the 49ers draft.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, every time they picked, I was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? I don't understand. They drafted 2 tight ends, actually.
Oh, did they?
I could understand drafting 1 tight end
Right.
in such a deep tight end class, but
Yeah.
2? Same with the Packers. They drafted 2 tight ends as well. They needed 1, but why 2? I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't know, it's interesting. It's always I don't know, it's always like interesting when teams draft like multiple like players in the same position in the same draft, and it's like, you know, like I think in the Texans we drafted 2 centers. And I mean one of them we can move to guard probably or something like that, and it'll probably be depth anyway, but it's still like interesting how that works.
I mean, sometimes it makes sense. Sometimes it doesn't at all.
Yeah, right. No, definitely. Yeah, for sure. Awkward silence.
CB count in the draft was crazy. For real, though. I got exhausted typing CB. Another cornerback drafted. Like, what? I didn't think the cornerback draft was that deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like
Talk about Gonzo. No.
Yeah, Go Celtic. That actually is gonna be my short. So I have to make a short about saying something nice about the Pats. So I plan to talk about how he just fell to the Patriots, and it's a good thing, you know.
Yeah, that was like the one good thing they did in the draft, though. I didn't like most of what the Patriots did.
Didn't they draft a punter and a kicker?
They did. 4th and 6th round. Because Bill Belichick.
I mean, Bill Belichick, he knows his special teams, so, you know.
I mean, yeah, but don't you need weapons for Mac Jones? Are you really confident that Juju Smith-Schuster and whoever else you have at receiver is going to work out?
Did they not draft a single, like, skill position?
Oh, no, they drafted a couple of late-round receivers.
Okay. For some reason I got the impression...
Some guy from LSU.
Okay.
And then some other guy who I had never heard of.
For some reason I got the impression that, like, they did not draft a receiver, like, at all. But, like, I guess that was just exaggerated. But, yeah, they didn't really invest any, like, high...
Yeah, not until the 6th round did they draft a receiver.
Yeah, right.
They got one who fell, who probably could have gone in the 3rd or 4th round, though, so maybe he turns out to be good.
Yeah, for sure. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? You know, these things take time to work itself out. That didn't sound right. You know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
But we'll find out in a couple of seasons how good these draft picks were.
True, which,
yeah,
I
Keon
mean...
White was not too happy being drafted by the Pats. Yeah, that was such a legendary reaction. Did you see Keon White's
I saw
reaction?
that clip. He just didn't look excited.
Yeah, I mean, I can't blame him. Actually, if I'm a defender, I'd be pretty happy to go to the Patriots. I mean, you're guaranteed to be good there.
Yeah, I feel like maybe... Could be, like, personality thing. Like, because wasn't, like... Not Deontay Johnson. The other Steelers... Pickens. He was just, like, standing there in front of his TV when he got drafted. Didn't look too enthusiastic
Pickens
there.
is the best. Pickens is the best.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
No
yeah.
bias.
Yeah. No bias. Looks like... I'm going to bed. Same. I am Zappy. What's with your obsession with Bailey Zappi? Like, he's alright, but...
That Stetson Bennett is better. You should have drafted him.
Oh, what's your obsession with Stetson Bennett?
I'm a diehard Georgia fan. I have to be obsessed with all our Georgia players. It's how it is.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Lady Zappy.
It works
okay.
because Lighty Zap?
Yeah. No. Okay, bye, super fan. Good to have you. All right.
You don't know how to handle the awkwardness, do you?
I guess not.
Man, this is where I thrive, so I'm fine here.
Okay, that's good. You can.
My life is one big awkwardness.
Yeah. I mean, the difference is like, I mean, my life is also one big awkwardness. I just don't know how to handle it, and you do. So you know.
I just don't handle it. That's how I handle it. I don't.
Yeah.
And it works.
Well, apparently you're also the Riz Lord, so that's cool.
Oh, I am.
Yep.
Like it's been confirmed enough times for me to believe it.
Nice.
I mean, you can look at me and you can see it obviously isn't true, but I'll believe it. Whatever.
Yep. Yep, very good. Very nice. Riz Lord.
I got Riz.
Huh?
I got Riz.
Oh, you got Riz. I thought you said I got rizzed.
What?
I was like, what did I say? Like,
oh my gosh.
Okay.
Now you're being sus.
Okay. So I think like, is there anything else we want to like talk about? We'll probably go more in depth on about the draft and like, you know, just post draft stuff next episode, but it was a very interesting draft.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say, honestly. Like,
yeah.
We covered our teams. I think we were both pretty happy with what our teams did.
Yeah, I'd definitely say overall I'm pretty happy with what we've done.
You know what? Here. For all the teams in the draft, give me your 5 best drafts. Who had the 5 best drafts? Like, for me, Panthers are number 1, of course.
Of course.
But give me your top 5. I'll give my top 5.
Yeah, I'd have to think about that actually.
Yeah, I phrased that really poorly. I'm sorry. I can go first while you think, if you want.
I might have to like think until our next episode because like I mean the obvious pick is like the Eagles. They had a pretty good draft, but like I just haven't put much thought into it. Probably Texans as well.
I haven't either, but I can go off the top of my head. The Eagles had the best draft.
Okay.
Steelers are number 2 to me. They had a really, really amazing draft. Panthers, just because of the Bryce Young and Jonathan Mingo picks, I already have them as huge winners. Like, no bias. We got a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
Big winners here. Texans are up there for basically the same reasons.
Yeah.
And then next team on that top 5 is, I don't know. I'd probably give to the Colts. Honestly, they had a really nice draft. I hate to say it to you, but they found a few nice sleepers. Like Josh Downs in round 3. That's ridiculous.
Oh, that's a steal. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they did have like, they had a good draft, but like, Anthony,
that edge rusher they got in round 4, the guy with the super cool name which we can't pronounce.
Oh, yeah. I think I know who you're talking. Is it like ID something? Yeah.
Yep, that was a steal. Both of those guys should have gone in the second round.
Talk about Discord and your opinions. I think we need more clarity on what exactly we need to talk about.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Talk random stuff. Does he want us to have like an actual just chatting stream?
I guess.
We're too introverted and awkward for that.
Yep. Talk about when I can be on a Football for Fun episode. We'll probably start accepting guests at 100 subscribers. So.
Yeah, we need 100 subs first, and then we have to figure out like.
It will probably take like applications or something like that. So.
Yeah.
If you have like 15 more friends to tell them to subscribe.
We also need people to actually, watch us.
True. I can't believe Ghost Celtic. I can't believe you have 15 friends. Like, imagine that. Like,
he's got to be making that up. Like, there's no way. Even just having more than one friend is like, I can't imagine.
I mean, like,
it hurts my head just thinking about.
There are like some jobs when I'm applying for them, I have to come up with references, and it's like I don't know anyone. No. Like, that's like kind of.
I was barely able to do that last year. It was difficult.
Yeah.
He just said, "Okay."
Okay.
Time for me to get my classmates. Interesting.
Well, yeah, if you can help us get to 100 subs, just push us up there, then we will consider having you on as a guest. Because it's going to be the off-season, or it is the off-season. It's going to be like the boring phase of the off-season, and
Yeah, you guys need us to keep you entertained since there's no real
I just
football
steal my
on.
classmates' computers at sub. That's legendary.
That explains a lot.
That's just
Now it makes
legendary.
sense.
Honestly, we'll put you on the once we get 100 subs, you're gonna be our first guest just because of that.
He's not the super fan though.
Oh, okay. That you can be second then.
I was gonna say we instigate another fight.
Well, I think she's in bed. She's not here, so we can't even.
Well,
have
not
a fight.
right now, but we can
like later?
in the future. We'll be like, hey, you guys have to fight for the right to be the first on the show.
Yeah, we should like schedule this fight when we're both available.
We're scheming this live. This is great.
Exactly. Yep.
You guys know how we think now.
Uh-huh.
It's great.
Yep.
Yeah, time will tell. But we gotta get to 100 subs first. We're kind of stuck right now.
Yeah, we've
Part
kind
that
of
is we didn't put
plateaued.
out much content. We haven't put out much for the past week.
Yeah, we need to put some more stuff out, but I don't want to fight. Well, it's like, you're internet warrior. Like you're not like physically fighting, you're just like fighting on the keyboard.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that difficult. I do it all the time.
Yep. Yeah, true.
Hey,
True.
if you're attacked, you have to fight back. You know.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta defend yourself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Although, don't you hate it when someone says something true, like "you're ugly" and you can't respond? Like it's terrible. I
Yeah,
haven't figured out how
that's
to beat
true.
that
It's
yet.
like, yeah, it's like a roast, so you just have no comeback for it. So you just have to be like, yeah, yeah.
And I'm just like, guys, I know I look weird. I what do you want me to say? I
Do
can't help
people
it.
like actually say that you look ugly and look weird and stuff like that?
I've gotten the "you look weird" a lot. I don't think anyone has gone far enough to say ugly, like genuinely.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the worst insults that I've gotten. I haven't had very many like insults. All of that's because I don't really like talk to people that much.
It's the way to go. Not talking to people.
Yeah, I have like in high school been made fun of for my laugh. Like when I laugh, there's kind of a hissing sound to it.
Oh, nice.
So it's
Nice.
yeah, now I need to like laugh. I don't have a reason to laugh, so like,
Just look at me.
I don't-
I'm weird looking. You can laugh at me.
Okay, that wasn't quite like it, but like, I don't know, someone needs.
Yeah, that was too weak. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was
I'm
like
not
half.
that
It was
funny
fat.
looking.
It was half fake. I don't know. Someone told me a joke. Go Celtics. You gotta have a good joke.
I guess not. He says, "Yo, same Daniel."
Oh, you also like hiss when you laugh? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what other insults I would get. Y'all have any ideas? Okay.
I mean, nothing comes to mind for me. So
Yeah. No, I
knock
got
knock
you.
joke. This isn't gonna work.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Let's see. Let's see what happens. Wow, if this is the best we can do on a live stream, we have a long off season ahead of us.
Yep. Long off season.
Banana.
You did that earlier. I don't think you finished it though. Banana.
Yeah, I don't remember him finishing that.
Yeah.
Is this a unique knock knock joke, or is
Let's
this one that
see.
we all know?
That's a great question. Let's see.
Let's see what's next. That'll tell us a lot. Commentary on a knock knock joke. Wow. Wow.
Yep.
Amazing.
We're waiting patiently.
Wow, he types slow.
Uh-huh. Banana
Do you get
on
it?
your head.
I don't get it.
Banana on... Oh, your little brother. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, well...
You try.
I think this would be a good conclusion to our 11th episode of Football for Fun. Thank you so much for watching. We will try to have another episode out this coming weekend. With that said, again, thank you so much for watching. If you're rewatching this, like on the VOD or whatever you call it, we're so grateful to have you here. And yeah, those are my parting words, I guess.
Yeah, that sums it up. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. We got more coming out. We've been a bit busy last week because the draft, of course. Anyway, Panthers, Texans, huge winners of this draft. We loved what our teams did. If you want to hear what we think of the other teams, be sure to like and subscribe and come back next week.
There we go. Yep. We'll see you next time.
Yo. Bye.
Alrighty.